United States of America. We must credit the survival of this great nation to the wise men who have assumed the challenging role of president throughout the years. But death waits for no man, and just as the sun must set on every day, so must every president's time on this earth come to an end.
Oh, we are marching to Pretoria, Pretoria, Pretoria. Oh, we are marching to Pretoria, Pretoria today.
Born in 1784 in Montebello, Virginia, Zachary Taylor garnered the support of the Whig Party in time for the election of 1849. Taylor was a strange character from the start. He kept his old war horse, Whitney, on the White House lawn where passing tourists would pluck out his hairs for souvenirs. Taylor, an avid tobacco chewer, was also famed for never missing a spittoon. But old Rough and Ready, as he was called, was neither rough nor ready when he met with a little fellow named the Grim Reaper. On the 4th of July in 1850, Taylor was presiding over the day-long Independence Day festivities at the Washington Monument. Despite the heat, he ate cherries and milk all day long, a feast which would prove the most costly of his life. 5 days later, he paid the bill. "31 years after Zachary Taylor felt death's cold embrace, a changing country found a unique leader. James Abram Garfield was a Republican and a preacher from Orange, Ohio, but he was an avid intellectual as well. The first president to campaign in more than one language. He could even write in Latin with one hand and Greek with the other. His was among the 370 proofs of the Pythagorean theorem published in 1940. He was the last president born in a log cabin. Garfield must have wished he was back in that log cabin on July 2nd, 1881, when he was shot at a railroad station, and in the months to follow, which saw an inept crew of doctors try in vain to remove the bullet from his body. Alexander Graham Bell had recently invented the metal detector, and doctors tried to apply this technology to saving Garfield's life. Garfield's bed contained metal springs. Never thinking to move him, the doctors continued to blindly dig for the bullet, while Garfield lived on milk spiked with brandy. The unsanitary treatment of his wound led to Garfield's eventual death from blood poisoning on September 19th, 1881. I have been, and I always will be, an American. Years passed, and with almost impish delight, Death continued to close the net on his presidential prey. And like so many rabbits, William McKinley hopped merrily into the abyss. This Niles, Ohio native was never seen without a red carnation in his lapel. Yellow, however, was strictly forbidden in the White House. Ida McKinley, finding the hue unappealing, banned its appearance. A joyless and demented household? Perhaps, but McKinley managed to find amusement, as well as companionship, with a singing parrot. McKinley and his parrot were known for performing a whistling duet of Yankee Doodle Dandy. But McKinley would soon be whistling a different tune, and he wouldn't have a parrot to help him this time. On September 6, 1901, at the Pan American Exhibition in Buffalo, he was shot point blank by Leon Czolgosz, an anarchist. Selfless until the end, McKinley was heard to utter, "Go easy on the boys," before being whisked away in one of the first horseless ambulances. His kind heart beat its last on September 14th. Yes, these brave men who led our nation to its modern success may have been separated by political affiliation, personal habits, and decades of time, but the unexpected kiss of death's gleaming blade found each of them, like a murderous intruder in the night.